My child, if this message reached you in the middle of a long night, then linger here with me a moment. I know the tears have come again. I know you wiped your face and thought no one would understand, and yet, here you are, still here. Maybe that is not a small thing. You do not have to stop crying to be welcome here. You do not have to explain why the sorrow has lasted this long, or apologize for how heavy your heart still feels. You only have to let these words sit beside you for a little while. So loosen your shoulders and breathe out slowly and let yourself rest right where you are, just for these few minutes. Before we go on, let me be honest with you, because honesty is a kindness. What you are about to hear is an encouragement drawn from the Bible, a reflection offered gently in faith. It is not a private message from heaven. It is not a forecast of your future, and it is not a guarantee that any one thing will change by a certain day. It is simply the comfort of Scripture, spoken slowly over a weary heart today. And there is one verse I want to lay underneath everything tonight. It comes from the book of Psalms, the 30th Psalm, verse 5. Listen to the words without rushing, for his anger endureth but a moment. In his favor is life. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. Read that last line again in your heart. Weeping may stay for the length of a night, but the morning is coming, and the morning carries joy. The night is real. The tears are real, and still, the night is not forever. This is not me dressing up your pain in a pretty saying. In the Scriptures, this is the steady promise of the one who keeps watch over those he loves. And tonight, that promise is being read gently over you. So let these words reach you the way the Bible offers them, as though the Father himself were sitting close in the quiet and saying, "My child, I have seen every tear you thought fell unnoticed. I have counted the nights you cried until you had nothing left, and woke up the next day still aching. I have watched you carry a grief that you could not put into words and could not put down. The Scriptures say it tenderly, that he keeps account of your wandering and gathers up your tears as if each one were precious to him. Not one of your tears has been wasted. Not one was ever beneath my notice. I have been near you in the hours that felt the loneliest. I was close on the mornings you got dressed for the world while your heart was quietly breaking. I have stayed with you through the long stretch when no comfort seemed to reach you, and I never once turned away. I know there were nights you wondered if this sadness would simply be your life net. You prayed for the weight to lift, and it stayed. And slowly, you began to fear that the heaviness was permanent. But hear me now. A long night is still a night, and a night is not the whole story. Sometimes what felt like endless dark was a season passing through, not a sentence handed down. And even in the dark, there was something quietly being held together that your eyes could not see. What has felt like a sorrow with no end was never meant to be the final chapter. It is grief moving through a heart that was made from more than grief. Your sorrow is not your name. Your weeping is not your future. You are not too broken to be loved. You are not too tired to be carried. The voice that says this night will never lift is not the truth about you, and it is not the voice of the one who made you. You have heard that voice, haven't you? The quiet one that visits most often when the lights are out. It speaks in your own tone, so you assumed it was only your own thoughts. It tells you the sadness has won. It says you will always feel this hollow, and that mourning is for other people, not for you. It whispers that everyone around you has moved on, and you are the only one still stuck in the night. And in the dark, It lists every reason you have to despair, slowly, one after another. My child, hear me. That voice is not telling you the truth. It does not speak for heaven, and it does not know the end of your story. So when that old voice begins its tired speech tonight, answer it with what is true. When it says the night is forever, the truth says joy comes in the morning. When it says you are alone in this, the truth says I am with you in the dark. When it says nothing will ever change, the truth says the season is turning, even now. You do not have to argue it into silence. You only have to stop agreeing with the lie. So if you are listening tonight with eyes that are tired of crying, this is for you. If the sorrow has lasted so long that you can barely remember feeling light, this is for you. If you have been grieving something or someone, and the world expected you to be over it by now, this is for you. If you have prayed for the heaviness to lift so many times that you have almost stopped expecting an answer, this, most of all, is for you. You do not have to hide your sadness here. You do not have to perform peace you do not feel. You do not have to make your grief look smaller so that it is easier for others to be near. Come as you are, tears and all. In the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, the scriptures say something simple and kind, that those who mourn are blessed, and that they will be comforted. Notice who is called blessed, not the ones who feel nothing, not the ones who hid their pain well, not the ones who never broke down. The mourners, the ones whose hearts have been heavy for a long, long time. That blessing has your name in it, exactly as you are, with your face still wet. You do not have to dry your eyes to qualify for comfort. You do not have to earn your way back to joy. The scriptures never say, stop grieving and then you may be comforted. They say, the ones who mourn are the very ones who will be comforted. And there is a picture in the scriptures that I want you to hold tonight. The Bible speaks of a day when sorrow itself is undone, when crying comes to an end. Listen to the hope of it. The scriptures say that God will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and that there will be no more death, nor sorrow, nor crying. Sit with that for a moment. This is not a God who is far off and unmoved by your weeping. This is a God who comes close enough to wipe the tears himself. A God who does not scold your grief, but tends to it. A God who has promised that in the end, crying will not have the last word. If you have pictured heaven as cold and distant while you suffered, let this picture soften it tonight. You are not crying in an empty room. Your tears are seen by the gentlest hands there are. And I want to say something about all those prayers you thought went nowhere. The ones you prayed when the house was dark and quiet. The ones that dissolved into tears before you could finish them. The ones that were only a name or a single broken word breathed out into the night. You thought they sank to the floor. You thought they faded into the ceiling and were lost. But the scriptures say your weeping was heard. Every quiet hour of it. Every silent prayer reached him. Every wordless ache was understood. None of it was wasted, and none of it was ever too small to matter to heaven. Sometimes the comfort did not come the night you begged for it, and sometimes the answer was wait, which is the hardest answer to hold when you are already weary. But the waiting was never the same thing as being forgotten. Beneath the long night, in the places you could not see, morning was already on its way. The way the sky stays dark and silent for hours and then, without announcement, begins to lighten at the edges, long before the sun appears. You were never as alone in the dark as the dark made you feel. Now, I know you may not feel any lighter yet, Joy returns slowly to a heart that has wept for a long season. And that is all right. The truth of the morning does not wait for you to feel it before it becomes true. The sun rises, whether or not you are watching for it. The promise holds, whether or not your heart can feel it tonight. And these words were written down long before you were born, so that they could find you here, on a night when feeling has run dry. So let me say it again, slowly, the way you may have needed to hear it for a long time. Your weeping is seen, not dismissed. Seen, held, and not held against you. The world has a way of rushing grief along, telling you to move on, to cheer up, to be over it already, as if sorrow were a thing you could schedule. But that is not how heaven treats a weeping heart. Your worth was never measured by how quickly you recovered. It was never tied to how well you held yourself together in front of others. On the nights you wept until you were empty, you were loved. On the mornings you could barely rise, you were loved. When the sorrow lifts, you are loved. And while it still presses down on you, you are loved just the same. The love over your life does not wait for your joy to return. It is with you in the weeping, and it will be with you in the morning. I want you to think back for just a moment on the nights you were sure you could not survive. The grief that felt like it would swallow you. The loss that seemed too heavy to carry into the next day. And yet, here you are. You made it through that night. You are still breathing. You are still here. Do you ever wonder how you lived through the hours you were certain would end you? How a small mercy showed up out of nowhere on a night you had no strength left to find it. How you woke to one more morning when the evening before you could not imagine wanting to. The scriptures would say that was not an accident. That was a hand holding you through the dark. You did not survive those nights because you were strong enough on your own. You survived because you were carried, even when you could not feel the arms that carried you. And here is something your sorrow has been keeping from you. You are not the same person who first walked into this long night. You believe you have only been losing, but in the dark, you have also been deepening in ways that are hard to see while the tears are still falling. The tenderness you feel now toward other hurting people, you did not have it before the weeping. The compassion that rises in you when you meet someone else in pain, you bought that with your own long nights. The quiet endurance that gets you up on the heavy mornings, that was forged in you, not handed to you. The scriptures say that comfort received in our own affliction becomes comfort we can offer to others. The night was not sent to ruin you. What passes through sorrow can come out softer and wiser and more able to love. And you are becoming more tender, more real, and more truly yourself than the days before the grief. One day, you will sit beside someone in the very night you are weeping through now, and the comfort you longed for will flow through you to them. Nothing you have wept over is going to be wasted. And let me speak gently to the loneliness that grows in a long season of sorrow. You have looked at other people laughing and living and felt like the only one still trapped in the dark. Behind where you thought you would be by now. Behind the people who seem to have healed so easily. Behind some private timeline of grief that no one ever actually gave you. But heaven does not measure your healing against anyone else's clock. You are not falling behind. You are not a weaker version of a stronger person's recovery. The scriptures are full of people who wept long and were never abandoned in it. The ones who cried by the rivers in a strange land. The ones who mourned in the night and were met by morning. The heavy-hearted who were never once counted as lost. The length of your night is not a measure of your worth. So stop comparing your sorrow to a recovery you were never required to copy. You are exactly where grace can still find you. And grace has never once arrived too late for a weeping heart. So tonight, I am asking you to set down a few things you were never meant to carry alone. Lay down the shame of grieving longer than you thought you should. Lay down the pressure to be fine, the performance that exhausts you more than the sorrow itself. Lay down the fear that this night is writing a future you cannot bear. In ink, it has no right to use. You were not made to carry the weight of an endless night, and you do not have to carry it by yourself. And about the sorrow you keep replaying, the loss you turn over again and again, the moment you still cannot believe happened, the version of life you grieve because it was taken. Hear this carefully, my child. Your grief does not make you weak, and it does not make you forgotten. The scriptures promise that His mercies are new every morning. New every single morning. Which means there is fresh mercy already waiting for you tomorrow before you have done anything to deserve it. Comfort was never reserved for the people who grieved quickly or quietly. It has always been a gift for the ones who wept the longest. And that includes you. So let the weight rest in gentler hands tonight. Not because the loss did not matter, but because you were never meant to hold it all alone. If these words have stirred something in you, you do not need to do anything dramatic. You do not owe anyone a comment to make this real. You do not have to prove your faith to a stranger, but if you would like, take this quiet moment and turn it into a small prayer. It can be as simple as this. Lord, I am weary of crying. Help me to trust that morning is coming. There are no perfect words for grief. The scriptures show God meeting people in their tears and their silence and their prayers too broken to finish. Your honesty is enough. And if someone comes to your mind right now, someone who is weeping through a long night of their own, you are welcome to share this message with them. Not as a chain, not as a demand, just as a quiet kindness, the way you would sit beside a friend who is grieving and simply stay. Now, here is one gentle but important reminder, and I will not hurry past it. Faith is a deep comfort, but it is not a replacement for care. If the sorrow has grown so heavy that it is hard to function, or if your mind or your health feels too much to carry, please also reach out to a doctor, a counselor, or someone you trust. Comfort and help were always meant to walk together. Asking for support is not a failure of faith. It is wisdom, and it is brave. And before we come to the end, let me ask one simple thing of you. Hold on, through one more night. I am not telling you the sadness lifts at a certain hour, or that morning arrives on a day I could name. I am not handing you a date or a guarantee or a tidy ending wrapped with a bow. I am telling you what faith has always whispered to the weeping, that the night does not get the final word, and the morning is part of the promise. You have lived through every long night that came before this one. Think on that for a moment. That is not luck. That is grace, carrying you through hours you did not think you could survive. And the same grace that held you through every past night is not about to abandon you in this one. So when the morning still feels far off, hold on. When the comfort is slow to come, hold on. When you cannot see past the dark in front of you, just make it through this hour, and then the next, and hold on. So as this message comes toward its close, I want to leave one truth in your hands to carry into the dark. Your night is not the end of your story. The 30th Psalm says it again, and I want you to keep these words close. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. Whatever this long season has taken from you, The final word over your life is not sorrow. The promise written over the weary is a promise of morning. I will not promise you a date. I will not promise you the hour the tears will stop. I will not pretend to know the things that only God knows. You have been handed enough hollow promises, and I will not add to them. But I can leave you with what the scriptures say with quiet confidence. Weeping stays only for the night, and the morning, when it comes, carries joy with it. So lift your head tonight, not because the sorrow is suddenly gone, but because the night was never going to last forever, and you were never weeping in it alone. Take one more slow breath now, and let this be the truth you rest on. Your tears are seen. You are held through the night, and the morning is coming. If messages of comfort like this one bring peace to your heart, you are always welcome to stay close to this quiet corner of the internet, where we simply sit with the scriptures together. And whatever this night holds, and however long it has lasted, may you carry into it the hope that the one who made you is keeping watch until the morning. Peace be with you, my friend. Rest now, and wait for the light.